Okay, so welcome everybody to, let me change my screen. Welcome everyone to the Low Tox Living session as I fix up this computer. All right, there we go. So I'm Sofia from The Natural Switch. You can come and connect with me on Instagram. This session is going to help you get rid of all those toxins in your home. So the stuff that you put onto your body, what you clean your home with, what you inhale and absorb. Okay, so you might all be at different stages of your journey. I would actually love to hear in the comments what stage you're at. Is this a topic that's completely new to you? Are you using regular cleaning products and body products and you're like curious about this topic? Or are you kind of well into your journey? You've already started swapping to natural, eco-friendly products and you just want to learn a little bit more. So yeah, let me know in the comments where you are up to on that. I think of it as a continuum, you know, sometimes we start here and we're using, you know, the bleachers and the Glen 20s and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually we start to learn a little bit more about the health effects and then we start to get rid of things and swap them out. And then we're at the other end where we're like 100% organic. And sometimes we just stay in the middle and that's okay too. All right, so let's get into it. What is going on today? All right, beautiful. Okay, so this session is going to talk about how the product, if you are new to this topic, how the products in our home affect our health. What to actually look for when we're choosing products, because often we know that these things aren't so great for us, but it just feels all too hard. And so we just don't do anything. So what do you look for when you're choosing products and how to switch them out without feeling overwhelmed? Because that's kind of half the battle. And I'm going to give you some low tox alternatives for some common everyday products. And the beauty of it is because of your doTERRA account, it's just going to be super easy to do that. All right, so just a bit of housekeeping, as Anna mentioned, I'm aiming to keep this session short and sweet, so less than 30 minutes, hopefully, plus some time for Q&A, and I will stop recording at the Q&A section so that you can all talk freely and don't worry about being recorded. But yeah, as I said, I will be recorded to share with other members. Switch to speaker view if you're on your phone so you can see the slides. And if you've got any background noise, please mute yourself as well, just to keep things nice and clear. So that we can keep moving. If you can just pop your questions and comments as we go, and then at the end, we'll come to answering those. But if there's anything that's kind of pertinent that we want to answer before we move on, I'll let Anna bring that up or keep an eye on things for me. Okay, so let's talk about how household products affect our body. So when we're talking about low tox, we're talking about biotoxins is two things. One is what we clean our house with, spray in our home, that type of thing, and what we're actually using on our body. So our beauty products and shower products and stuff like that. Okay. So just keep in mind that our skin is our largest organ. Okay. Think about how super thin it is and the fact that we think about how creams like Voltaren work and even nicotine patches or progesterone cream. Okay, they all work. So the pharmaceutical industry produces these knowing that they absorb through the skin. All right, so sometimes it's hard to believe that what creams we're putting on is really affecting our health. Well, if we understand that what we put on our skin ends up in our bloodstream, okay, we end up, a typical woman, just by her typical routine in the morning, having a shower, putting deodorant on, spraying perfumes on, putting body creams on, that type of thing, makeup, we're actually absorbing 168 chemicals a day just in the morning, just from a normal routine, if we're using regular products, okay? And that one-off exposure is not really a big deal, okay? It's the fact that we're doing it every single day over long periods of time, right? So there's this theory called the bucket. I don't know if anyone's heard it here, but essentially we all carry this individual sized bucket of, and in this bucket all goes different stresses and toxins. Okay, so, you know, maybe we drink wine every night, or we're having late nights, or we have toxic relationships, or we're feeling stressed. And all of these things add to the burden on our bodies. And sometimes we go along living life okay, and we think we're okay with eating bread all the time or milk all the time, whatever it is. But eventually that bucket fills up. And the toxins, the products that we use go in that bucket, and eventually it fills up and it starts to spill over. And that's when we start to see problems. You know, that's when we start to see the eczema or the hormones go out of whack, or the the gut problems. And I used to be able to eat this food and now I can't anymore. You know, now I can't sleep, or I'm getting headaches all of a sudden. What is happening? And that's because our body has said, okay, that's enough. We're overloaded with toxins. We can't handle it anymore. So one of the easiest ways to reduce the load in that bucket is by switching out the chemicals that we're putting on our bodies. It's a lot easier than swapping the food that we're eating. Okay, and I'm referring to food because I'm a gut health practitioner, so that's what I specialize in. But, you know, toxins don't just affect gut health, it also affects, you know, our liver, our kidneys, our skin, and so on as well, and our hormones. Okay, but with that for particular, can't help myself talking about this, but all of the product, particularly, you know, with us using so many sanitizers now, bleachers, you know, industrial strength cleaning products, what this actually does is it destroys the beneficial bacteria in our microbiome, which is so important for so many aspects of our health, particularly our immune system as well. Okay, which is the ironic thing. We're killing off all these chemical, you know, these bacteria, but we actually need them for a healthy immune system. I've just put a note there to remind you, if you do want to know about gut health, I have a Facebook group. If anyone wants to learn about that, you can just pop your, just let me know in the comments and you'd be welcome to join the Facebook group. So as I said, this toxic load over time affects every aspect of our health, even our fertility levels, our liver as well. And the scary thing is it's actually affecting future generations. So, you know, we know from many studies that it affects babies as well, whilst the woman, you know, what she does during pregnancy gets absorbed, ends up in the cord blood. And a typical baby now in the US, I'm sure it's similar in Australia, is born with over 200 chemicals in their cord blood from birth, which is pretty scary. Okay. Now, I couldn't resist this clickbait headline here, is your shampoo making you fat? And I know that sounds completely outrageous, okay? But when you actually, and I do think it's a clickbait headline, but when you break it down, what they're talking about is the effect of, it's about this concept called chemical calories, and it's the effect of certain chemicals in products. They affect our hormones. And these very same hormones is what is controlling our metabolism, controlling our appetite. Okay, so it's not a direct connection, but anything that's going to affect our hormones is actually going to affect our metabolism and our weight as well. So I just thought that was a little bit of a different, interesting angle. Okay, often we think products on the shelf are safe. You know, we think, oh, they must be tested. They wouldn't sell them otherwise, right? So I always like to remind people, remember that cigarettes are still available, you know, Roundup pesticide, we know they've been sued millions of dollars for being carcinogenic. It's still out, you can go to your local Woolies and purchase it. We know Johnson & Johnson's baby powder, there was a lawsuit, or they have been sued millions of dollars now. They've still got so many cases lined up, over 3,000 cases. And I can still go up to my local supermarket and buy the baby powder. Okay, so it just blows me away. So please don't assume that something's on your shelf is safe. This is not all doom and gloom, guys. I just want to kind of, anyone that's a bit skeptical, I just want to, I guess, make that point. So what do we do about it? All right. So the first thing is, I love this phrase. I don't know where I saw it, but it's phase out, don't freak out. So if you don't know where to start, if you're at the start of your journey, as you run out of things, that's a good time to switch products out and start, oh, I've run out of toothpaste. I've run out of this hand sanitizer. I might, what's a better option? You know, what can I swap it with? Also just starting to get curious about ingredients. You know, what is this actually made of? Can I pronounce these ingredients? You know? Is that something that I want to put on my body? And just keeping it really simple as well. All right, we don't need multiple products. And we'll talk about that in a moment. And if you're feeling, you know, thinking, oh my gosh, I've still got baby powder at home, I've got all these products, don't feel bad about it. It's always, you know, it's never too late to switch it out. And always, you know, look at that progress, not perfection. You know, just switch it out gradually and just know that your body can detox itself. Okay, we just need to give it that opportunity. I would start with prioritizing what you're putting onto your body and also what you're smelling. We'll get practical in a minute. All right. I love this, actually, I don't really love the example, but This product here, this is a very popular, you look like you recognize it, Anna, a very popular baby's bath product. I'm pretty sure we used it in the hospital when my baby was born. And the irony of it, it's like you see all these ingredients and then it says, keep out of reach of children, you know, and we're washing our newborn babies with it. So look, there's over 300 different chemicals used in products. I couldn't possibly list them all here, but these are some of the common ones. Having said that, not every chemical is harmful. Okay, this is not about being totally chemical free, because there are plenty out there that are not, that are actually okay. Right? But these are some of the most common ones that you want to be avoiding. Okay, that I'm sure that you've seen them on labels and things like that. So as a general rule of thumb, try to look for ingredients that you recognize. The more that you recognize, the better. Or you can always DIY as well. So where do we start? Please put your comments in the chat as well as we go, because I love reading those and helping with questions at the end. All right, so we're going to break down into home, body, and mind. All right. So with your home, one of the easiest or quickest changes that you can make is ditching the fake smells. And when we start to become aware of it, we realize just how they are everywhere. Okay, this air fresheners and, you know, all the fragrances. Actually, we'll move on to the next one, but it's essentially the quickest detox that you can do. One of the easiest ones with your oils. Okay. I thought this was a good little headline. It's the new secondhand smoke, just because you go to your local public bathroom and they've got those automatic air fresheners squirting at you in every 5 minutes. All right, no, I'm going to fix up my screen. All right, so what can we do at home? Swapping synthetic candles is a good place to start. Okay, super easy just to swap that with your diffuser. I'd love to know if if that was one of the first things that you did. Or you can even make your own candles, not my forte, but I do know of people that make their own, or you can just make your own DIY spritzer like the one in the picture. Swapping to natural fragranced oils. So let us know in the comments if you've got a favorite perfume that you use, if you make one with doTERRA. I love to use Whisper. I love using Passion. And sometimes a mix, it depends on how I feel, even just Balance and Elevation is beautiful as well. Swapping, lost my train of thought, and the chemical cleaners as well. So obviously when we're spraying those, we can just smell all the fragrance from that. So swapping for something more low tox. Okay, so here's a really simple surface spray. So just you'll just need a large glass bottle, okay, and then you just put a little squirt of the On Guard Cleaner concentrate, and then 25 drops of On Guard blend. So feel free to take a picture of that if you don't already have recipes. Also encourage you to ask your upline, whoever invited you here, if they have a resource with recipes. And I'm sure that give you plenty of different low tox things that you can make. If you're at the start of your journey, I highly recommend investing in some spray bottles so you can get DIY. Okay, once you've got them, it becomes super cost effective. You'll save so much money, good for the environment, good for your health, all the things. So yeah, you can make face spritzers. I use one of those every morning when I wake up, gets me in a good mood. Antiseptic sprays, mold removers, all sorts of things. Let us know in the comments if you did something specifically that you love to make, or maybe you've got a good recipe that you want to share. Okay, and then there's low tox body. So what we put on our bodies. So starting with our skincare. And I'm going to give you some practical suggestions at the end, by the way. So, I think one of the first things is thinking about, do we actually need all of those products? I used to be a bit of a hoarder and just have multiple cleansers and multiple lotions. And now I'm like, just one is plenty, or multi-purpose. I love to use coconut oil, does so many things, right? So simplifying, starting with switching the aluminium deodorants to aluminium free. Okay, and if you haven't already tried the Balance deodorant, it is a very rare one that actually works. I think we spoke about this on the last one, didn't we? Yeah, we got on a tangent about deodorants in the last session. Perfumes we spoke about, or you can make your own serums, lip balms. There's no, sky's the limit really. But if you don't like DIYing, I used to, now life's a bit busier, so I just prefer the easy option. All right, so let's talk about some swaps. So toothpaste. Okay, so toothpaste, most have sodium lauryl sulfate and fluoride. So then we've got the On Guard toothpaste. We also have a slightly different formulation now as well, which is a white tube. It's a whitening toothpaste. Okay, so you've got access to all of these through your account. The deodorant, which I spoke about on my nutrition session, but don't give up on natural deodorants if you've tried different brands and they haven't worked. The Balance one is fantastic. If you find it's not enough for you, I would look at doing a mud mask with the doTERRA detox mask, doing 3 or 4 sessions of that, and then try again, because sometimes it can be the toxins and bacteria being released out of your armpits after we've been trapping them under there with aluminium deodorants for so long. Because aluminium deodorants, all they're doing is basically clogging up our pores, blocking our sweat glands, so we can't release toxins out. Okay, so we don't really want those Band-Aid fixes. We want to let things flow. Any questions around that as well, please pop in the comments. Shampoo and conditioner, we've got our beautiful essential oil fragranced shampoo and conditioner, paraben-free, sulfate-free. We've also got a bar now. I don't know if anyone's tried it, but I absolutely love it. You love it, Anna? It's so good. And it's actually made things really easy for my little one. So he's 7, and every time we had to wash his hair, it was a drama. I don't know what it was about it, but with a soap. So if you've got little ones that complain about their hair being washed, the bar, I think it just gives them more control and it doesn't get into their eyes. So there's a tip for you. But yeah, I like it more than I expected. I thought my hair would feel like I washed it with soap, literally. It's more eco-friendly. And then there's the Barrage range, which is really amazing on the skin, especially that serum. It smells like Sally Bell. It's really cost effective in the kit. So if you get it in a kit, I think it's only about $100, so much cheaper than getting them individually. So I recommend getting them that way. All right. Cleaner concentrate, which pretty much does everything. It's like the Swiss Army knife of cleaning, dishes, floors, bench tops, squirt sprays. It's super concentrated, so a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to check, I'm going for time. Okay. Our hand wash, especially if you've been using like your regular antibacterial hand washes, especially this last year when everyone's been going crazy washing their hands. Highly recommend this stuff, antibacterial, but it won't dry your hands out. It doesn't have triclosan in it, which you don't really want to be using on your skin. So if you're finding your skin's getting really dry, or maybe you're breaking out with eczema from too many of those antibacterial washes, you definitely want to get onto this, this hand wash. Super gentle, but really effective as well. Your candles, just swapping that with the oils. Our laundry detergent, which I think has about 40 washes. Do you remember, Anna? It's another.
I think it's 64.
Oh, 60.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it was a huge number. So yeah, again, it's one of those things very cost effective because you only use a tiny amount, which is really great. And you can add like some tea tree or lemon eucalyptus or something like that into your wash. Mix it through first before you add your clothes in, because you want, if you're going to put oils in your wash to give it an extra boost, you want to make sure that it's well mixed before you do that. And then last, but definitely not least, is low tox mind. So I think our minds can definitely be toxic at times, especially at the moment. I feel like we really need to be aware about our thoughts and what we allow into our space. And, you know, we know that the power of what we think affects our physical health as well. There's a great documentary, if you want to learn more about that, there's a great documentary called Heal. Has anybody seen that? HEAL. If you haven't and you're interested about the connection power of the mind on your physical body and healing, yeah, really beautiful documentary and powerful as well. So yeah, I think if we always start with self-love and caring for ourselves, we always make better choices. Making better choices from that space just becomes a lot easier. Okay, so as always with every week, we like to bring all of this together practically into what a sample box actually looks like, what you do with all of this info. So I'm pretty sure this is Australian dollars. Yeah, changed it. So in this pack, for example, if you haven't tried any of these products and you're like inspired to get rid of all the nasties in your cupboard, so if you pull all of these together, what that would come to is 120 PV, which means points value if you're new to doTERRA, $189. So with our loyalty rewards program, what that means is we get rewarded with freebies every month for having an annual, essentially like a wellness subscription box. Okay, so if we spend over 125 PV, then we get two things. We get the free oil of the month, which, what was it this month? Oh my God. I did that last time and I'm terrible at remembering.
Yeah, there's so many freebies. That's why.
No, I lose track. It was peppermint?
Peppermint touch, yeah.
Yeah, peppermint. There we go. I redeemed myself almost. So yeah, peppermint touch roll if you order before the 15th. If it's over 125 PV, plus we get product credits, so rewards points like frequent flyers, but a lot more generous, and we get our shipping back as well. So it's most generous rewards program I've been a part of. So that's how that all works. So yeah, as always, ask your upline if you want to understand more about how it works. So what we always do at the end of these sessions is have a short pop quiz, and then at the very end of the 8-week series, everybody that completes all 8 weeks, you get to do a little quiz. If you get all the questions in there right, then you receive a gift from your upline. Okay. So first question, if you can pop it in the comments. I forgot to warn you that you've all got to be paying attention. So what are the 2 major toxins we're exposed to? Does anyone remember that? Let me know, Anna, if you're starting to see something.
Nothing yet. Can we have a little prompt back with that? Oh, triclosan, Entra.
It's more, yeah, definitely that. But it's more groups of types of products. What is it? Food, like what types, collective types of products?
Home and body.
Home and body, perfect. Absolutely. Yeah, household and personal care products. I need like a buzzer or a bing sound or something. Okay. Which essential oil blend can you use to make an all-purpose surface cleaner?
On guard.
Did someone say On Guard?
Yep.
Yes.
Yay.
Absolutely. There are lots of others. What ones do you guys use besides On Guard in your cleaning sprays?
I love the Purify. It's got citrus, the citrus blend. Yeah. But I also love that you can just tailor it to whatever you really enjoy. It's saying lemon and eucalyptus.
Do you mean lemon and eucalyptus or lemon eucalyptus oil? Lemon eucalyptus oil is amazing for cleaning. It's my new favorite. So good.
That's the one she means. Yes.
Yeah. So good. Yeah. Lime, tea tree, any of the citruses are great. Clove, if you're getting into the moldy areas. Yeah. So many options, as you said, Anna. Yeah. What are the number 3? What are some of the low tox alternatives that doTERRA has in that way? So when we talked that slide, we talked about different swaps, different products we can swap out. Who wants to throw some out at you? Toothpaste.
I'm trying to give you a hint.
Yeah, think about your morning routine in the shower and then you're cleaning your house.
Cosmetics, deodorant, perfumes.
Perfumes, yeah.
Oh, Leonie, do you know where the chat is? Leonie might be trying to speak to us, but you're on mute. You can unmute if you'd like to. She's getting there. I can see her.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
You got me? All right, hooray. I think shampoo and conditioner, like shampoo.
Yes.
One of the things you swap out. Yeah. And then deodorant as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Good work, guys. All right. So we've got toothpaste, skincare as well. Yeah. Shampoo and deodorant, the cleaner concentrate, which we can use for all our whole house. Deodorant we talked about. Oh, the mouthwash. The mouthwash is fantastic, actually. I was never really a mouthwash user just because I always hated Listerine. If you do have Listerine, I encourage you to go and have a look at what's in that. Once you try the On Guard mouthwash, you'll never want to go back to it. So good. And the laundry detergent.
And it's so safe that you can swallow it. with the
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
because I remember being at Global Convention in America when they just launched it, and they had little sample shots of it. So they had to let people know it's okay if you do accidentally swallow it.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Quite delicious, not to swallow. I don't recommend swallowing it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
quite a nice flavour too.
It is. I actually give it to my kids as well.
Yeah,
So
my kids
not
love
all the
it,
time, but just every now and then. Yeah.
Yeah.
This hand sanitizer should be on here as well, actually, especially now with everyone using sanitizers. Our sanitizer is like the best. So good. All right. So next week we've got, is this right, Anna? We've got pain management. And I think Tony is doing this one, I hope. But yeah, so all about, headaches, occasional pain, more chronic stuff. Yeah, it's a really great session. So one more slide and then we'll stop recording. We'll open up to chat. All right. So as for those who haven't been in one of these before, we always like to share about the different types of people that do doTERRA. Okay, so for some, they just want to use the products and live a healthier lifestyle, okay, which is great. So for these people, the loyalty rewards program, it's all about that and getting lots of freebies every month. The second group of people are the ones that love to tell their friends about what they love. So whether it's their favorite movie or a cafe or whatever it is, okay? And these people can get their products paid for because we've got an amazing refer a friend program. And then the last are those that want to build an income and basically essentially replace their income or supplement their existing income. And so that's people like Anna and myself. And so for me, I did doTERRA for 9 months and then I was able to quit my day job, which was amazing. So there's options. That's the beauty of you're having an account. There's options to use it however you want to. I think I already kind of, yeah, this one's repetitive. I'm not sure what I've got back there. But if you want to learn more about that side of things, about earning income or referring a friend, how that works, we do have an Abundant Live session, I think in about 3 weeks' time. Okay, so I want to stop the chat. I'm going to stop the recording. Thanks, everybody. I hope you found it helpful. As always, any questions, please ask your upline. See you at the next one.